We see Concordia here in these nice yellow bibs on the right-hand side, and Dinos in their classic black striped jerseys on the left side of your screen. Earlier this morning at the 9 o'clock game, we had RMC against Dalhousie. RMC winning the game 43-7.
These teams, Concordia familiar with the champion. Calgary, first time Prairie's gaining a berth at the championship. Championship run by the CUMRC Board of Directors. Huge part to play by the host University Queens. A sport on the men's rugby side, very popular on the women's side with Queens University winning on home soil just a few like on this very same Nixon field. Calgary will absolutely want to put their mark here today, potentially getting that play, presenting that Perry's Conference. University of Calgary, University of Alberta, University of Saskatchewan, University of Regina, and University of British Columbia, Okanagan, playing one game each in the regular season and then having 2-game semifinal and finals in Calgary every year. Not a single shutout in that Prairie's championship, and no team that scored over 50 points. So a very competitive league in the Prairies, playing for a lot more than just themselves today. The Dinos, Concordia wanting to at least retain their 5th place seed. They would be very disappointed with the 6th place finish. Didn't quite come out firing in that last semi-final game, but here we are playing the 5th, and the kick is up.
Oh, great contestable kick here for Concordia as number 11 fields this and maintains possession. Nice tip line here for this little forward pack. Victor Dion, nice little pop there. Oh, and Concordia's through. Number 11, JC Vignette, touching that ball down for the Stingers.
Early try for Concordia, going right to left on the screen. Wearing those yellow or gold jerseys. Dream start for them here. 2 errors back to back from the Dinos caused that try. Tough kick here coming from the sideline. Concordia, only 1 change to their starting lineup. Final game on Friday. Lost, I believe, was what the single change.
Chifo taking this kick here for the Stingers. And for those just joining us, your eyes are not deceiving you. It is snowing here at Nixon Field in Kingston, Ontario. The outside is -4, feeling 9.
Arthur Ducheffaut from Barcelona, Spain. His last team was the Barcelona rugby team. He's a first year in international business. 6 foot tall, right-footed kicker from the sideline. Let's see how he does with his first kick of the game. A little bit to the right. Going left to right across the screen, brought that back a bit. UC gonna have to answer very quickly in order to into at the beginning of the game. And those pep talks.
So we have the Dinos here kicking off this restart.
Nice high kick from the Dinos. Uncontestable, easily taken by the Stingers. Going to the middle of the field, trying to create opportunities on both sides. Quick ruck going back to the blind side. Little show and go. The forward runner, really strong in contact. 9's there for.
Nice pull here from Concordia, looking to try to attack wide here. Oh, and great job getting to this edge. Big, strong flanker here trying to keep this ball alive. Does a great job fighting inbounds, sucking in Dino players. Oh, and we have a turnover ball.
Freebie for the Dinos here, going down that left wing. Support is there. Pass to a non-Dinos player. Might have been a little cheeky stuff calling for the ball to not your own teammate. Looks like it's Stinger's ball. No, Dinos ball, excuse me. Dinos tackled into the sideline. See if they use the strength of their forward pack here, the Dinos, and waiting on time. We have a forward in that receiver position. Number 6, Adhem Young, Calgary Saracen product. Coached him for about 5 minutes in a U19 mixed team. Great kid. And they do set up a maul. Adhem going for it. We just talked about him. Can he get the ball down? And he does!
Wonderful lineout here by the Dinos, leading to a great try.
Are we in for a high-scoring game today? Seems like it. Keegan Adhem, a little bit of a handshake there as he heads back. Adham's in his 3rd year playing flanker for the Dinos. He's an art student. Excuse me, I said he was with the Calgary Saracens. He's actually with the Calgary Canucks. Apologies. Calgary Canucks will be very proud of Adhem, who came through their junior program. Adhem also worked for the Calgary Rugby Union this year, organizing the juniors, very involved in those mini and youth programs. Keegan Neary setting up Prairie's University Championship Player of the Year, setting up for a kick. Straight through the uprights from the far left touchline. Concordia now is in the position that they're going to have to answer back. Let's see if we can secure cleanly the kickoff. Nice and high, contestable for Concordia.
Oh, and well done to keep this ball for those yellow bibs.
Good job playing to the edge from Concordia, moving the ball when they retained it.
Yeah, as Concordia is trying to settle into their structure a little bit here. Opting to go at the back a lot, trying to test this edge here, going edge to edge with their attack. Oh, a nice ball here for number 15 running in, trying to keep this ball alive.
More ball movement in that phase of play than the entire RMC Dalhousie game previously. Both these teams showing off their skills, going right to left. Number 11 looking for another touch. Good job, 2 players to take him down. Forward pod ready with 3 potential ball carriers. 2 tacklers from the Dinos required. Good spacing from the Dinos as they come off the line. Don't quite see where the ball is out of play. Going to width, again, going all the way to the other 15-meter channel. Straight arm and unclear. Brad Schwalger wearing pink. Match official in the middle, joined by 2 assistant referees, asking the assistant referee what they saw, and they did see a touchdown. Holy smoke, 6.5 minutes in, 3 tries scored already. You are going to be in for a ball running treat today if game continues as it does.
Yeah, great job to both teams here, really using the width of the field in these really difficult conditions to be playing in. It's not warm outside. Hands are likely very, very cold.
Duchefo setting up the kick just to the right side of the screen. Dean Kittleson involved with the Dinos. He was the 2012 Rugby Canada Volunteer of the Year. We received awards together, and he was almost in tears. He was so happy. His team applied for him without him knowing. Him and his wife were at the dinner. So great to see him traveling with the Dinos on their first. Duchefo taking a kick, big right-footed kick. Looks to be a little bit short. Hard kick from that right sideline. 1 from the left, 1 from the right.
Yeah, hopefully his teammates can start touching some balls down close to those posts. Yeah, see here, nice footwork here by the winger. Oh, it was Duchefo himself.
Scoring his own try. Good job. That was a big reflection of Concordia being able to go to the edge on the far left of the field. hit a forward pack, suck in the defenders, and then go far right. Kicking off here, Calgary electing to go very deep on this kick. Again, Concordia moving to the ball to the middle of the field, opting to kick this time down the field, just past half to Keegan Neary, looking for that 50-22. Concordia easily takes it, didn't quite go far enough to the sideline. Good footwork by Concordia in the backfield, running exactly where the support was, but a Calgary awarded with the penalty. I believe it was a jackal, yes. Ball player was holding on. Calgary's gonna have an opportunity here. Are they gonna go for points or are they gonna play the ball?
Yeah, I think they're going to take a shot here.
Why
Try
not?
to tie up this game.
Keegan Neary was deadly this year off the boot in the Prairies University Rugby Championship. Concordia coached by John Lavery. Actually here. Dinos coached by Nick McCauley. Goes by Vinny. Both very proficient scrummagers, each of them as players and now as coaches. Gotta love rugby nicknames.
We haven't seen a scrum yet for this game.
Be interested.
10 minutes in.
Absolutely, it'll be interesting to see how they match up. Keegan taking his time, doing a little bit of a pre-kick ritual. Every kicker has a different plan in terms of get their mind right.
And the flags are up. The kick is good. We have a tied game at 10.
10-10. 9.5 minutes in.
Oh, very exciting.
Already at the edge of my seat.
Yes. Very exciting first 10 minutes here for these two teams. Lots of attacking options, lots of creativity with play. So we'll see who can continue to apply the most pressure.
Opting for a Concordia, given they recovered the last cut going short and wide. Caden Powell, player of the game last, I believe. That's him, number. Bustling through a bit. Concordia, good job not going into the ruck, going back to Keegan for that big kick. Trying to just get over the head of Concordia, and they do on a bounce. Defensively, the Dinos are there. Concordia trying to work back so that once they get the ball there, they'll have it. And another steal from the Dinos in the Concordia end. Holding on again. I know a lot about the Dinos, having played against them numerous times over the last few years. They are notorious jacklers. For them, pressure, kicking and then putting pressure. So they're setting up for this. Concordia Stingers had 4 players on the first RSEQ All-Star team. Arthur Ducheffaut, Aiden McMullen, their captain, Lawrence Oliver Belly, and
oh, and great lineup here for the Dinos, setting up this maul. But maul is taken to ground, and Dinos looking to launch their backs here.
Caden Powell, the big straight arm. Very
job.
physical team, the Dinos. Concordia coming up very hard off the line, taking away space. Good job, double hit on Nolan.
Dinos peeling around that edge. Oh, and a nice cheeky kick through.
Number 7 chasing the kick. Gotta make that tackle one-on-one. And they do, and he goes out. How many turnovers to date have the Dinos forced? I think that's been 3. Unforced error there. Again, running at that white line, too close. White line won't miss. Best tackler on the field. It's like Kevin Eklund is calling the line out for the Dinos. Easy jump at the front. They did contest with a single man boost at the front, Concordia. Going for the maul. Well set up. You want that maul looking like a scrum, keeping bodies low. Concordia trying to reach over the top and get that bulk here. Might have said he's come from the side. Ref telling number 8 to go back. Brought to ground and that player not moving. Let's see what the referee says. Good strength in contact on the ground from the Dinos to be able to put that ball that. Concordia now, defensive pressure. They must come up hard and fast.
Oh,
not
great
allowing
runner there. Great attacking that line at speed here for the Dinos.
Absolutely, that short little ball and the
Oh,
chip
great
kick.
chip kick here. Nixon is a beautiful field, but the one disadvantage is really short ankles. So trying those little chips to little chippy poos into the end zone can be a bit of a risk.
Brought back in, Concordia must have caught or touched the ball before the goal line, at which point they brought it into the in goal and touched it down or got tackled. And it's a 5-meter scrum, our first scrum of the game. Is that right?
I think this is
14, almost 14
first
minutes
scrum
in.
of the game. Yeah.
3 changes on the Dinos lineup from the semifinal. Jack McCready played 8, moved to 4. Colin Petrillo and Michael Morilatos coming in off the bench at 8 and 10 respectfully. Just getting a look at the Dinos here in the blue penny. Mitch Rudy played for the Dinos for 5 years. Normal starting tight head prop there in the yellow penny. Unfortunately got injured on the Tuesday. Shea Murphy, a real force there and a big loss for the Dinos, losing one of their starting front row players so early. Tell you more about the Stingers if we get a view of them as well.
If any of our Stinger fans watching and want to give us some fun tips, fun facts about the Stingers, feel free to throw them into the YouTube chat.
Lucy on Queens Gaels, like and subscribe that YouTube channel. 221 watching right now on YouTube. More on the Rugby Network. Todd Hancock provided 11. Chris Hancock, who grew up in Hong Kong, playing for the Discovery Bay Pirates Club. Well, I sure hope we have viewers from Hong Kong so Lauren and I can go worldwide.
International, Mr. Worldwide.
All right, time is off right now as the injury to number 13, Nolan Kernick.
Very excited to see this first scrum here of this game. Hope it's going to be a scrumptious scrum.
Games are won and lost on set piece many times. Let's see who has the advantage here. Seen a lot of teams go back and forth at different times with scrums. Queens seems to have the most dominant scrum so far, but let's see how it goes between the Stingers and Dinos. Lane Bowker, first year Prairies University Rookie of the Year nominee, putting the ball in, and Concordia not messing around, but they get a clean ball. Colin Petrillo is over.
Well done to Dinos for getting that ball quick in and out of that scrum and taking advantage of that unsteady platform.
Colin Petrillo, third-year business student from Calgary, Alberta. His sister played for the Dinos, I believe for a full eligibility, Laura Petrillo. Dinos will be super pumped about that. Yeah. 8-man, Colin did a good job cutting back in the 7 there who was shooting and just couldn't recover.
That's a big man heading for that line. It's a super duper try.
Sometimes coaches will coach that back row 7 to go past the 8 to cut them back in, so 8 on 8 defensively. Sometimes not done when you're back within your 22. You just tackle the person with the ball. Not sure what the tactic there. Could have just been a clean footwork from Colin against number 7, Mohamed Al-Molim.
Great strike here, and the kick is good. Dinos extend their lead, 17 to 10.
Let's see if Concordia goes long or short here. They've been successful going short. Long. Dinos recovered easily. Concordia needs some momentum. I'm sure they have fans in the stands. Not a far drive, Montreal to Kingston.
And great tackle here by Concordia. And Dino setting up to kick.
How many boots will we see from Keegan Neary today? Right down the middle of the pitch to the backs from Concordia, they see an opening.
Oh, and trying for that 50-22, but unfortunately, if that ball goes straight out, it's a line out from where you attempted that kick. So
Concordia really need to gain their composure here. A few errors in a row. That try, that kick directly into touch. They're going to want to settle a bit. I imagine they're going to be coming up really hard on defense, try to make some defensive big play. Easy jump at the front. Dinos setting up the maul. See if the strength of the Stingers pack can stop them.
Oh, and great job here
Looking
from
like
Concordia.
a jackal. Great body position there. Can't quite see the number yet. Scrum cap gray and red. Really good body position on the ball. Believe he had someone beside him as well. Going to be a penalty all day for hooker number 2, Calvin Mazloom from Montreal West.
Yeah, well done. I know with the new rules with poaching a ball, you know, just making sure that you're quick to that point of contact and getting your hands on that ball and just surviving that first attempt to clear you out. And if you hold on and survive, then that ball is yours. Oh, great job here with Concordia, that line out. Again, Concordia looking for some deep options here.
Gotta love the ball movement from Concordia. Unfortunately, didn't go to hand. Caden Powell there. Josh Windley on the field early, number 22, usual captain for Concordia Dinos. Excuse me, Calgary Dinos. From Oliver BC in his 5th year. Really fancy footwork in general from him. I really like the ball movement that we see from the Stingers when they do get the ball. Unfortunately, that didn't quite go to hand, and the Dinos were there to recover. Let's see if Stingers have the advantage again. It's scrum time. Very good scrum on the last 5-meter line.
Yeah, John Lavery will be happy with his boys for that last scrum. And big drive here by Concordia. Well done to Dinos for holding on there. And again, 8 from Dinos. Great strong run.
Lane Belker jumping on it, the 9 trying to get it. Might be stolen, looks like hands on. Haven't heard the chatter from the referee yet, asking them to move away. We're not holding their own weight.
Yeah, referee's looking for certain pictures in those breakdowns, right? If you can see the bottom of the poacher's cleats, right? Oftentimes they're not in a good stable body positioning, holding their own weight. So as soon as referee's seeing those cleats, he's gonna be blowing that whistle. Oh, and 15, Keegan Neary going for a shot at goal here.
Statistically, I feel like this might be the longest kick of the tournament so far.
This is not an easy kick.
Shea Murphy running in the tee. Thumbs up to his fans in the stands. Keegan Neary, good for you going for it. You can see the flag just to the left of your screen. He does have the wind in his favor. Can always do a perfect setup on turf. Your tee is perfectly flat. Referee Batchwalger in the pink. Great job controlling the game so far. Players are disciplined. Hasn't had to have any one-on-one chats yet. Very different than the last game we saw. I imagine individuals watching will be able to replicate Keegan's setup as we see him. Big boot.
Great strike here.
Looks like it might be to the right a bit. Flat. Oh, 22.
22 dropout. You know, good risk for Dinos here because
not a bad job, and a cheeky little kick from Concordia. The ball just has to drop on the ground. Doesn't have to go very far. Just dropping it out of a hand and then recovering. Dino's not happy about that coming up. Hard on defense. I really hope Concordia moves the ball like they have with ball in hand before, and they do.
Nice miss pass here to this edge.
Lots of space on the outside, and the winger come up to shut that down. Strength in contact from both teams here.
And Dino's coming up with this ball, but I think there was a little bit of a attempted kick forward. And Concordia here resulting in possession on great leg drive here by Concordia, but unfortunately going back to that penalty advantage for not releasing.
Yes, I think he got tackled. There we go. The referee, Bratchwalger, saying the player had his knee on the ground. Once you are tackled, you must release the ball and then get up. So he must have just put his knee on the ground, considered tackled, and then kind of popped up again sometime while you're doing it in the motion. Dino's feeling like they have momentum here, so they're going to kick for the corner or for a line out. Not a bad option.
Yeah, interesting, not opting to kick these 3 points, but They're feeling good about their line out, feeling good about where they are in the field, opting to run this out.
Fake at the front.
Oh,
Kevin
and
Eklund couldn't get
overthrown.
his hands on the ball, and there was a knock on.
Oh, and Concordia playing this advantage.
Playing out of their half, and then a big kick down the field. Cross field, not as far probably as they wanted it, but right there in the tackle, showing tons of strength by the tackler from the Stingers.
Oh, and great tackle here by Concordia.
Tip ball not going anywhere there. Double tackle from the Stingers, pushing them all the way back the 10-meter line. Keegan with his boot again.
And JC Vignette returning that favor. Ball going right into touch.
Roster for the Concordia Stingers, incredibly regionally diverse players. Player from Ireland, United Arab Emirates, Spain, France, and Saudi Arabia, and California for somebody from the US, with the rest of the players from Quebec or Ontario.
Yes.
Recover the ball, number 7. We've seen him passing the ball in hand, playing as a ball passer in the middle of the field, down the left sideline. Love that Concordia is moving the ball. Not afraid to play what I would call some champagne rugby. Gonna go to the edge again.
Well done to Concordia for keeping that ball alive with great continuity here.
Hitting in just the forward pot on that 15-meter line.
Tackler needing to release that ball carrier on the ground. Oh, and Dinos kind of diving in there. We'll see what ends up happening here.
3-4 now individuals to make that tackle from the Dinos were involved, and they did not roll away. Concordia playing with advantage. Likely gonna go wide since they have that freebie. No risk of a knock-on. They will come back to the penalty.
Well done to 13 here.
Incredible strength from the Dinos there in the in goal, not allowing that ball to be tapped down. They're nice and tight. Potential pick and go.
Oh, and a nice spin to get that ball down by number 3, Lawrence Belly from Concordia. Certainly has been a tight game for these two teams. Score is now 17-15 with the kick to come to tie up this match.
Laurence Olivier Belly, 6 foot 240, 3rd year of engineering, 5th year of academic schooling from Longueuil, Quebec. Last team he plays for was Kings Edgehill. Again, Rugby Québec est fier de soutenir le match pour la 5e place entre Concordia Stingers et l'Université de Calgary Dinos. Bonjour à tout le monde qui regarde ce match à YouTube et le Rugby Network.
We have Ducheffault with the kick to come. And unfortunately, the ball just slicing to the right, keeping this 17-15. Oh, and see here, nice big booming point of contact, getting that ball down. Big man, Lawrence Belly.
Good recognition by the Stingers, keeping it tight. That's where the opening was. JP Teal on the YouTube channel giving some props to the Dinos 9, Lane Bowker. Big booming kick all the way to the halfway line. We saw Ducheffault kick a lot in that semi-final. Not afraid to use the boop. Him and Keegan are very well matched up. Quick ball at the front, not clean, but taken at the back by the Dinos. Really moving the point of contact by the non-line pass.
Well done to Concordia for really seeing that happening in real time, and well done to number 12 for anticipating that pass, and beautiful tackle. But unfortunately, we have resulting in a penalty.
Different defensive patterns off set piece. Concordia opting to come all the way up hard. Read it perfectly. Some defensive backs will kind of come up and then leave about a 3 to 4 meter gap to try to let the play evolve, but smart from Concordia, just coming up really hard and fast, giving Caden Powell no room once he got that little tip play from the Dinos fly half. Unfortunately, I believe it was not rolling away, but really good pressure by the Dinos. Early jump by Concordia, not called by the referee, didn't have much effect on the play. Or maybe he did. Double knock. No, option.
Well,
Option scrum Concordia. Number 9 giving a little bit of a hand symbol there to his backs. Would love to know what that meant.
and we have Justin Davis here, 9 for Concordia. He's been really solid all tournament. Great distributor. Cheeky around that point of contact.
Here we go. Let's see what the Stingers can do. Not a lot of scrums, but they have been dominant each time. Opt to set it up for their 10, hitting flat line.
Oh, well done.
Inside ball, rolling on the ground. Ruckers need to be there. A little bit of a slower ball. Wasn't expecting GFFO to make such a long gain line. Dinos waiting for them at the line. Good service by Concordia, number 9. 11, first try score. A little grubber, would have been a good option had it gone a little bit more in field. Gotta love players having the confidence to try those options.
Yeah, I like that, like the idea. It's always nice too playing on turf. The surface is so consistent, so you know those bounces are going to be a little bit more predictable.
And you feel faster too running on turf.
Yep.
Kevin Eklund up at the front. Relatively easy ball.
Ooh.
Going backwards over the 10's head. Adham going to run it out, use his strength in contact. Takes 2 players from the Stingers to take him down. Quick pick and go. Not sure if, Stingers didn't quite have their feet there, but were there for the Jackal. And again, a booming kick from Keegan Neary down to the left side of the field. That was a big kick.
Yes.
And good chase by the Dinos, but they need to make those one-on-one tackles if they're going to have an opportunity to stop that counterattack. So threatening from the Stingers.
Yeah, great transition play here by Concordia, trying to get back into their shape, but really well done. And unfortunately, number 2 just ends up facing the wrong direction, and Concordia players leaving their feet at that breakdown.
One thing that we've started to see is the Dinos having to put more than one player in the tackle to take down those Stingers players. Could definitely start tiring out the Dinos later on in the game as the Stingers move the ball quite well left to right and right to left to those 15-meter channels. Unfortunately, a couple breakdown errors here, and they're back on their back foot in the 22.
Yeah, Calgary doing a really great job here.
Really good one-man boost at the front there, but number 8 from Stingers doesn't get it. He just had his fingertips. He is on the ball in the middle of the maul, though. He does not have to let go as he got in there right before the maul was called. The maul collapsed, and therefore it is a Stinger ball, and they are buzzing, pun intended. Great single lift. I don't know who lifted number 8 from Concordia. Thomas Artman from Montreal West is the 8-man, and he was right on the ball and was not letting go in that maul. Successful end to a maul is not a tackle. In that case, it was a collapsed maul, therefore not a tackle, and you do not have to roll away.
Yeah, well done there to Concordia. Great individual effort by the 8-man. As time winds down here for the first half, we'll see what Concordia opts to do, if they want to run it out or with being in their end, maybe looking to kick to the touchline, take it safe. Oh, and
Lane Balker right on his opposite number, trying to make his mark as a first-year student. Stingers, I'm getting closer and closer to the screen because I'm so excited. What an exciting first half.
Yes, so Concordia opting to kick the touch. as Calgary Dinos lead Concordia 17-15. Just a reminder that this match is brought to you by Rugby Quebec. And do not forget to get some refreshments at the Langara pub on site. My name is Lauren McEwen, joined with Maria Sampson. We will be back in about 5 minutes for the second half of this Consolation Final, number 5 and 6.
When kids in need are given the chance to play sports, what you're really equipping us for is life. Support the future of your community. Support Jumpstart. Because we all play for Canada.
The most successful people in life share one thing in common.
They all put themselves in a position to thrive.
Surrounded by people who challenge them to think bigger.
And communities that support them at every turn.
In the classroom.
And way outside of it.
If you want to set yourself up for success.
If you want to give yourself the tools to achieve any goal.
There's no better place to begin than Queens.
We challenge.
We support.
You succeed.
You'll be great, no matter where you go.
But your greatest story starts right here. When kids in need are given the chance to play sports, what you're really equipping us for is life. Support the future of your community. Support Jumpstart. Because we all play for Canada.
And welcome back to the second half of this Consolation Final between Calgary and Concordia. We have Calgary kicking off second half of this match. Score is Dinos 17 to Concordia 15.
Bienvenue à tout le monde de Rugby Québec. Rugby Québec soutient ce match à 5e place. High kick. Concordia let it bounce and still there just on the 22-meter line.
I think Concordia there had the opportunity to get that booster in the air, but unfortunately just maybe a miscommunication. We see kicker setting up in the pocket. Ducheffault with a nice kick, but not making that kick to green. Going into player. Oh, and great block here by Concordia.
Ball's live.
It's a foot race now to touch this ball down.
Keegan Neary showing, Keegan Neary showing good pace against the original try scorer for the Stingers, number 11, Jean-Christophe Vignette.
And we have, just off of that bobble, the Dinos actually bringing that ball into their, Concordia knocking that ball into the end zone, and Concordia or Dinos touching that ball, so it'll be a goal line dropout. So the new rule is if you either hold up the ball or the other team brings the ball into your end zone and you touch it down, you have the opportunity to have a goal line dropout. So you have to drop kick the ball behind your goal line. But we just have 2 players down here, one for the Dinos, one for the Stingers.
Ball must travel at least 5 meters when doing a goal line dropout, and the defense can be on that 5-meter dash line. You can see how cold it is.
Yeah, lots of teams still trying to figure out the best way for a goal line dropout. Maybe having like a fake kicker just to move around those posts that are going to be trying to block the kick, or you can't. Normally with a 22, some teams opt to tap the ball over the line like we've seen Concordia do already today. So we'll see what the Dinos' game plan is here.
Seems to still be a player injured in the backfield just outside your screen on the left-hand side, trying to get the number. Look like we're going to spat over top of the cleat. Melissa Petrino there. Melissa Petrina, therapist for the Dinos. Coach Vinny McCauley looking over, trying to determine whether he's going to have to make a sub for number 4.
You know, Vinny is nice and warm in his Michelin Man long parka there.
Very lucky coaching staff having those outfits. Vinny is from the UK. This is just regular weather for him. He's surprised probably it's not raining.
Yeah.
Snow better than rain in this temperature, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully the wind is starting to die down a little bit. We have that blistering wind on conditions like this. It definitely adds a factor. So
Jack McCready ready to go.
Nice to see him sprinting full steam ahead here.
Testing out that ankle. Adrenaline likely to play a factor. Very spirited crowd here in Kingston, if you can hear them on the stream.
And a nice kick here for the Dinos, relieving some of that pressure. Concordia will throw this ball in just outside the 22. And we see that snow really coming down here, this tropical weather. Oh, nice 3-ball here.
All the way to the back. I love those long balls, so hard to defend. Tip to number 2, Peeling coming around the corner.
No surprise that John Lavery has some cheeky set piece plays up of his up his hand or up his sleeves.
I believe Concordia is used to playing on turf as well.
Yes.
Their own field is turf. Great ball movement. I love Stingers not being afraid to play the ball. Ducheffault in on the right-hand side. Second try of the day.
That was a beautiful razzle-dazzle play here by the Stingers. Nice little cheeky kick through. Well done.
So impressed with the Stingers wanting to play the ball and move the ball from sideline to sideline. That's what you want, moving defenders. See the Canadian Tire replay here. Good job, 13, catching behind him.
And this little cheeky kick through.
Nice scrubber.
Love it.
Caught number 11 off guard. That was the option. Well done, number 15, seeing that opening for Ducheffault. Make an attempt at converting his own try here.
Love to see how spicy this Concordia attack is. Not a lot of vanilla rugby out here. Lots of misdirection, lots of fun, unpredictable attack. It's definitely been a fun game so far.
3 minutes into the half, it seems 20-17 right now for Concordia. Checking our YouTube feed, people chatting. Lots of support for the Dinos. Duchefo just wide. Now I have to give out to my sister, to shout out to my sister Steph, saying that her whole fam is watching, and thank you for that family support. Lots of fans in the stands. Speaking of family, supporting the players here. Can see Concordia colors in the stands. Really special for athletes to be able to play in a national championship when this is not a youth sport sanctioned competition. Men's 15s rugby is run by volunteer boards all across the country except for the OUA in BC.
Oh, and that ball dribbles out of the end goal. So we will have a scrum center here for Concordia. Great opportunity for the Stingers here to launch from the center. You have lots of options, left and right side of the ball. Defensively, one of the hardest places to defend from. So we'll see what exciting rugby Concordia has in store for us.
Been really impressed with both teams so far, especially in that contact area. Scrum time, Stingers definitely have the advantage. Number 9 from the Concordia Stingers, Justin Davies holding the ball from Bay Durfee, Quebec. Oh, and this time the Dinos get the front foot, but they're called for an intentional wheel. Brad Schwalger, the match official, saw that and is calling the penalty. Penalty right in the middle of the field. With a little bit of wind behind them. Concordia opting to go for that left-hand touch line.
Yeah, for myself, I really only played in the backs or back row, so anything that happens in Type 5 is just complete like mystery. It's magical things that happen or just tiny, tiny details.
My own philosophy as a scrum coach is you can play every single position if you can play one of them. That scrum body position so important, flat back, knees close to the ground. A lot of times big differences obviously being in the front row when you get to hooker and prop, and that neck and upper body strength will get you in that Type 5 yet, Lauren. Long 3 ball worked again from Concordia for that first time. They go to that little pop to number 2. Bounce pass to number 12, hitting in the middle of the field. Dino's trying to go in for that steal, and looks like bounce pass might have been forward. Teams in the Prairies will be super happy with the performance from the Dinos so far, knowing how competitive that league is. Concordia as well, the RSEQ. Really good competition there. McGill and Concordia both in the inner city of Montreal. Lots of opportunities to play each other.
Yeah, Montreal, also a great hub for club rugby. You know, they have lots of dominant teams there, and
so much history. Dinos getting the strength push, but obviously doing so illegally. Brad Schwalger seeing it. Looks like they're getting lots of strength on that loose head side.
Oh, and Concordia opting to attack ball in hand here. Oh, and great leg drive here by number 11.
Good job seeing an opening around the rock. Pick and go, number 7. He's gotten lots of touches on the ball previously. Mohamed Al-Mualim, back row 3rd year from Riyadh, Saudi America. He is a 3rd-year finance student, 6'1", 200 pounds. And speaking of club rugby in Montreal, he is from CUMRC.
Some bit of some naughty words exchanged at the end here for that try, as the fellas head back to their respective sides.
Similar from from Concordia. They had a slow start in the semifinal game and then started to pick up in the second half. Similar to today, evenly matched in the first half between the Stingers and Dinos. And now Concordia, 2 back-to-back tries, showing openings in the Dinos defense.
And great strike here for Concordia, and the flags are up. And Concordia extending their lead 27-17 in this Consolation final game, playing for number 5.
If anybody on our YouTube channel can help us out with the full Concordia coaching staff, want to give them some recognition for the work they've done to get here. Turns out we don't actually need your help. We have a small piece of paper that has it. John Lavery, head coach, David McLeod, Morditz Whitman. So important having athletics therapists as well. Interpreet Kella, joined by a student therapist, Megan Vincent.
The team behind the team.
Gonna try to adjust our mics here in the booth, making sure you can hear us. Thank you for that feedback. Number 9 from Concordia just about put the ball in.
Oh, and number 8, just a little bobble there, but a great little Sonny Bill Williams play, getting that ball right to that winger. Number 23, and unfortunately in that tackle, just tippy toes touching that white line, and it'll be Dino's ball just outside their 22-meter line.
See Concordia not afraid to go to the edge again. (17) throwing the ball in. Looks like it might have been stolen. Unclear. Kevin Eklund still has it. Going really close to the ball. To the sideline. Not happy right now with the display, but both teams, emotion, lots of emotion in this game, playing for a 5th place. The crowd being right there. Perhaps egging folks a little on. Don't need to see that at all in rugby. Concordia line out again.
We'll see this Concordia line out here, opting for a 4-man. Nice up at 1. Very controlled line out here for the Stingers. Nice attack right in the middle of this park. Great leg drive here by this ball carrier.
Really good job hitting the middle of the field, then moving the ball to the edge, seeing that opening, going all the way to the touch line. Gotta love to see that from the Stingers. I've said it before, them playing the ball is so exciting. And a knock on there, unfortunately, from number 5.
Yeah, wonderful few phases of play here by the Stingers. Very creative. People attacking the line at pace. Love to see it.
Scrum times, few subs coming in. It'll be interesting to see. Dinos have had good strength in the scrum, but seems to be they're overtaking the Stingers against the spirit of the law. Hence, there was a couple penalties. So let's see if Dinos can retain possession on a clean end. Concordia does drive, gets messy, spins. Lane Bowker gets it. Consistency from the ref here, which is really good to see. The scrum was wheeled, which occurred previously going the other direction. Coming in from the side, see the hand symbol there. Looks like the loose head was driving in on the tight head. Great thing about rugby, the number on your back goes with your position. Number 1 being on that loose head prop side, 3 being on the tight head prop side.
Great kick here by the Dinos. Attacking just outside the 50-meter line. So if they look for a 50-22 here, I would not be surprised.
Quick ball, trying to go to Kevin at the front of the lineup again for the Dinos, but it's stolen by the Stingers. Front ball
Oh, great attack here by number 3 here for Concordia.
Another run at the middle of the field.
Well done by the Stingers. Getting that ball close to that 5-meter line.
Knock-on advantage.
Oh, but unfortunately, just a bit of a messy breakdown for the Stingers. Bobbling that ball. And it'll be scrum to the Dinos.
Brad Swalger done a great job controlling the game thus far. Shout out to his assistant referees as well on the sideline who are mic'd into his right ear there. Crowd very involved. See a Stingers toque on the bottom left hand of the screen.
Yeah, and this snow is just relentless here for this field.
Dinos
starting to gather on the field.
Absolutely. Now it's starting to sit up with the -degree weather. Dinos used to playing in this. We've had our inner city derbies and snowstorms before. So I'm really impressed with the Stingers continuing to move the ball wide, even with cold hands, cold ball.
Oh, and another wheeled scrum here. I think those watching who remember the 2017 Women's U Sport Championship at Lethbridge, that was a lot of snow.
That, and I believe it was maybe 2004 in Edmonton, similar conditions. Seems like a lifetime ago.
I know, a bit before my time.
Bit before mine too, thankfully. Watching my sister, Trish. All right, here we go. Scrum reset, Lane feeding it directly into that one channel. Stingers getting a huge push. Dinos managing to keep it. Good job by 8-man Colin Petrillo.
Yeah, Dinos doing a great job holding on in those scrums.
Number
it's
10.
Not an easy feat.
Number 10, lots of pressure. Had to cut back inside. Going back to Keegan for his booming kick likely. No, using some footwork this time. Concordia game plan change coming up really hard defensively, putting the Dinos under pressure. Have realized that that is very advantageous. They've done it again. They've caused 2 players to have to step back in, unable to pass the ball. Now they've put the pressure on number 9, and they gain the penalty with a jackal.
Nine's doing what they do best, being little cheeky players out there. Oh, and well done by number 11. Great leg drive here as Concordia setting up some structure for tacking, knocking at this try line door. Another forward pod. As Concordia inching closer here. 11 getting those knees to ground. Tackle is formed. Tackler has to release.
Counter ruck here from the Dinos, but Stingers eventually get it. Going to the edge.
Oh, great job there by the Dinos. Having a 3-on-1 there, and just number 14 shooting at that ball carrier.
Both teams now realizing that that first receiver is very, very flat. Previously, the defense has been giving that time for that first receiver to move the ball. Not anymore. Both defenses shooting up really hard on that first receiver, causing either them to knock the ball on, move it quickly, or have to cut back inside. JP Teal on the YouTube channel. Big fan of Lane Balker, number 9 from the Dinos. First-year player. Imagine we'll be saying his name a lot over the next 5 years.
Yeah, Concordia, looking at Concordia's roster, lots of first and second years here for the Stingers. So both teams fairly young here.
They are hugely set up for success for the future, the Concordia Stingers. Ball gets kicked into the in goal. Tap down, goal line dropout. Keegan was back there. Such a solid player to be able to have at fullback. So much confidence when you have somebody deep directing traffic, catching balls, being able to kick, and it's blocked by the Stingers just 10 meters out. They have a real opportunity here in the middle of the field, can go both directions. Looks like they're setting up to go right. Dinos quite tight to the ruck now, trying to have to get around the field over to the left. Can you see those defenders screaming for help? So many Dinos in our screens field of play view right now. Again, if the Stingers move the ball and go wide, big opportunity, but they opt to go with their forwards and they move it. Number 7, heard his name a lot today, try scorer.
Well done. Nice quick breakdowns here for the Concordia Stingers. Continuing to move around this Dino defense, trying to find some holes here as they attack. Oh, and great defensive pressure here by the Dinos, reading that play. Great tackle.
2 players to take down that ball runner. I believe it was number 8. Big run from the Stingers. Again, huge runs just off that breakdown, pick and go. One pick and go right, one pick and go left.
But Dino's not being bullied here. Forcing Concordia here to go to the edge. See if they can continue to build phases here. Oh, and forcing a knock on.
Number 9, Lane Bowker coming out. Oh, scary play for the Dinos. Caden Powell 2-on-1 looking. Josh Winley over 2. I don't know that individual's number, but
wonderful.
He just got tripped. He's still in bounds. Good support off the leg. Referee is calling turnover. How unfortunate for the Dinos after that gutsy play out of their own in goal.
Great job by Concordia with that little ankle tap there to stop that runner. And
I see some players wearing tights on the field because of that global law change. Knock on. Dinos really going to have to start picking up the pace. 2 unconverted tries, or a converted try and a penalty in order to tie it up.
what, 10 minutes left in a rugby game? Lots of time. We saw how quick first couple points were on the board right at the beginning of this match. So still anyone's game here on Nixon Field.
Gotta love the rookie number 9, Lane Bowker, coming out of the in goal.
Yeah.
Didn't want to tap it down.
Yeah.
Ended up being the right play. Caden Powell getting the ball, passing it to Keegan Neary, who saw their winger.
Yeah, look at this replay here. Nice little
good hands there. Yeah.
Defender here. Oh, and winger here. Oh, and the little ankle
Josh
tap.
Winley was the one that made the pass, their usual captain, coming in off the bench. Big scrum by Concordia. Tough to win games when you're on the back foot at set piece for the Dinos. Opting to play quickly. They like ball in hand.
Yeah, well done to the Dinos for turning over this ball here.
Gonna want to play.
Oh, and unfortunate.
Can see emotions now starting to run with the Dinos as they're talking back to the referee. It's not going to ever go in their favor if you talk back to the referee.
Yeah, no matter what you say, likely not going to change the referee's mind.
Such a great skill to have as a captain and a leader, to be able to have those conversations with the referee when it's appropriate to do so, seeking to understand versus telling a referee that they made call. Mass substitutions coming in for Calgary. Looks like 3 different players coming off for the Dinos. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the numbers. Like we've said before, special time for the Dinos to be able to play for a first time in this championship. First berth for the Prairies ever in its history. This competition is not a U Sport men's rugby competition. It is run by the CUMRC, the Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship Board of Directors, made up of volunteers. Kick, drop out from the 22, just over the halfway line. It was passed back into the 50, so not going for the 50-22 season opening. Lots of show and goes there. Number 10 from Concordia.
And great distribution here to the edge.
I
Number 13, he
lo-
has a friend here.
love the style that the Stingers play, not afraid to attack.
And that's number 13, Aiden McMullen, touching down that try for the Stingers, extending this lead to 32 to 17.
Aiden is their team captain. Familiar name to some individuals within Rugby Canada. Stingers almost play kind of that French style of rugby, jouer la balle, have some fun with it, let the ball do the work. Aiden going to be taking the play. I imagine Ducheffault might be off already.
Nice leg drive here, and a little assistance from number 23 to get that ball over the line.
Nice haircut there by the individual bringing in the tee. It's the best mullet of the day we've seen so far. Seem to see more as the day goes on. Aiden McMullen, left-footed boot, just left.
Good strike there by Aiden, but unfortunately just to the left of that post.
Aiden McMullen is in building engineering in his second year, 6'1", 205 from Dollard des Amours. His last team was the University of Victoria. Nothing to lose here for the Dinos. Gonna have to start being really creative in attack. Substitution and time is off. Referee Brad Swalger, again, really impressed with him today. No referees, no games. Always got to give credit to the referees. Being in the middle of the pitch with 30 individuals.
And great restart here by the Dinos. And good take there by Aiden McMullen. So with 5 minutes left here, Concordia probably just looking to maintain possession or at least get this ball at their end. Oh, a nice little fake kick here by number 10, Luca Milne.
Dino's really good at attacking position here, almost on the 22. Hopefully that wasn't a knock-on, and it was just at the base of the scrum. Rudy DeWall coming in as a sub, super unfortunate. Gotta think that cold is starting to have an effect on the players, their ability to move the ball. Thank you, Cameron Hart, for letting me know that Nick Gagnon is the individual with the mullet. It's pretty epic with those racing stripes on the side.
That's a winning mullet right there. Yeah, Dinos unfortunately not able to build some phases yet during this game, so hopefully here we'll see lots of holding on in the scrum and able to launch their backs here.
Height difference between the two scrums has a little bit more right now with Rudy DeWall coming in off the bench against Justin Davies from Bay d'Urfé. Concordia Stingers. Merci à tout le monde à Québec qui regarde le YouTube stream ou à The Rugby Network. Très spécial pour Rugby Québec. Être la compagnie qui soutient cette match de 5e place entre the Concordia Stingers et la Université de Calgary.
Just reloading the scrum here.
Josh McConnell coming in the second row for the Dinos. Just see his fancy spandex there.
Yes.
Third year lock from the Calgary Saints.
Calgary, lots of flair with their choice in spandex for this game.
Absolutely.
See the Smurf legs from number 8.
Good delivery by 9, moving the position, the point of contact far away from the ruck, causing that third or fourth defender to make the tackle from the Dinos. And a big up from the 10 from the Dinos, staying really close to the contact area. If the Stingers move the ball, not a lot of backs on backs out there. You can see the winger calling players over for help. Not surprising if they have a huge hole here.
Oh, look at that mullet streaking down the pitch.
There we go.
Oh, a nice little cheeky box kick here by number 9.
First box kick of the game.
And just rolling that ball into touch. Not a bad place for Concordia to be right now. Leading the game by 15 points, I think, here.
Really exciting game from the Stingers. Super close full first half, and then them being dominant in the second half, taking advantage of errors from the Dinos. Dinos should absolutely have their heads held high. First timers at the CUMRC. Completely self-funded program, volunteer coaches, actually supported by the other teams in the league who made a $750 contribution to their travel. Good line out there, just goes over. Unfortunately, it was a good lift, but the ball goes over. Still in Dino's possession, deep in their half, kicking out, not much option there. As you mentioned, that short in goal earlier, Lauren, Keegan not have a lot of room to play with. Line out for the Stingers just outside the 22.
And great line out here by Concordia.
Hard up from the Dinos, trying to cut off their big runners, but number 3 getting on his horse and making some good meters. Stingers again going past that 15. That's where the openings are. Great with ball in hand.
Yeah, Concordia really using the entire pitch width to width this game. And touching this ball down. Try for Concordia.
Ending the game with a score. Likely might be time for one more kickoff. Let's see the number.
This assumed try scorer.
Number 8 for Concordia has had a great game at the back of the scrum. Thomas Artman from Montreal West. First year mechanical engineering student. Last team he played for was Quebec U19, 6'4", 210. Thank you for those stats, Concordia. 37-17 right now, kick to come. Gosh, it looks cold out there, Lauren.
Yes, it sure does.
Can't imagine the turf feels very good in these types of conditions. Really impressed with the Stingers able to continue the ball movement that they started the game with in these cold conditions, using those forward runners in the middle of the pitch and then creating lots of space outside of the 15s.
And the flags are up.
What a kick to end the game. Concordia.
39-17 for the Stingers against the Dinos.
Ce match a été la consolation semi-finale de la 2021 Toronto Arrows Canadian University Men's Rugby Championship, présenté par Lockheed Wealth Management Raymond James. Score final 39 Stingers, 17 Dinos. Ce game soutenu par Rugby Québec. We'll give you the pinnacle scouting players of the match shortly. Looking at the teams getting together. Gotta love rugby, how you shake hands after the game. Speaking with John Phelan, true Rugby Canada legend. Got his cap for Canada, I believe back in the 1980s.
Yeah, against the All Blacks.
Against the All Blacks, his first cap. Anyway, he was saying that he was a football and hockey player, and what brought him to the game was the very first game he played, and his opposite number came over, gave him a handshake, and offered to buy him a beer, and he was hooked. The beauty about rugby is you can have it out on the field and then hug it out after. Congratulations to the Stingers, maintaining their 5th place seed. And to the Dinos, improving their seeding from 7th to 6th. They should go home with their heads held high. I know they are going to Toronto this evening to make their flight. Pinnacle Scouting Players of the Match. Number 15 for Calgary, Keegan Neary. Great game from him. And number 7, Mohamed Al-Molamin, back row, 3rd year from Saudi Arabia. Really impressed with his play. There he is on your screen in support of a try on the wing. Some of those replays, Colin Petrillo with the score.
Yeah, really exciting rugby to watch today, given the conditions and how cold these hands must be. Oh, I love that ankle tap there in that replay. And how exciting, great rugby to watch. So lucky to be watching rugby right now through this global pandemic. So grateful for this wonderful championship to be in Kingston, Ontario.
Credit to the Queen staffs and students that are doing the audio visual. It's been fantastic.